today we got to play a long shot,
The
dice game. Ooh. Okay, all right. So obviously this is a racing themed game to do with horses. I'm really sad we weren't able to play this on Derby.
Yeah, it was sold out at Derby time.
But that makes sense,
it's sold
right?
out at Card House again, so.
Yeah, so that should say something. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell because board games are amazing, and that's what we do here at Legends of Nirvana. Now, Randy, can you tell us a little bit about Longshot? I know it was just recently released.
Yes, it's a 2022 release. Now, this is a dice version of Longshot, which is a much older game, but there's a board game version of Longshot. This has a Board Game Geek rating currently of 8.0 and a Board Game Geek rank of 9.99. It's a 1 to 8 player game, so you can have a big party for this. 25-minute average length, and that's probably about right for what we played. Age says 14 and up. I don't think you really have to be 14 and up. I guess maybe because it's a betting game, but it's not really money being transacted, so... But, it depends on, I think, the concept of the game is not 14.
The concept, though, of betting, my thing is this is very similar to Camel Up. Like, if you're looking at a reference point, and you have younger doing Camel Up, so I feel like if you find Camel Up to be acceptable for younger ages, then this would be as well.
Yeah, it's a little more complex as far as some of the markings, but I don't think it's 14 and up.
Correct.
Designed by Chris Handy. Art is by Klaus Souza. Published by Perplexed. It is currently out of stock where we normally get games, Card House. It's currently in stock at Miniature Market for $20.99. The MSRP appears to be $29.99 or $95. I've seen it various places for that as far as the MSRP. But, for that, we can go into the quality of components of what you get.
All right, so let's talk about quality components. So basically, you have your screen printed horses with their jockeys on them.
Those are really cool.
Yeah. Then you also get a player mat. It's on the glossy finish side.
Yeah. It didn't want to lay flat at first. I had to kind of fold it backward to get it down. Yeah. And
then you have the dry erase Golden Fields, which I think the back bunny is similar to Churchill Downs. So I think that's kind of great. Because, we're pretty local. We from Louisville, so near Louisville. All right, so that's pretty cool. Overall, though, I think it's great. With the dry erase markers, they're the miniature ones, but they do have the actual eraser on them. We faced a couple of times that we didn't get the eraser, which is very, very helpful. But overall,
you got the cards, the starter cards that they are no finish. It's just smooth, I guess, because everything else has the dry erase. Maybe they just went ahead and made these the same.
Yeah,
you don't ever write on these, but So,
overall, I think this is actually pretty cool.
You do get some custom dice, which are pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm, but they don't match really.
Well, one's got to be 8-sided because there's 8 horses.
Well, I'm talking about like the color.
Well, yeah.
I don't know why this is green.
Well, you want to be able to distinguish them easily, and so they're definitely distinguishable.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. All right, so let's. Overall, though, I think they did really good. I don't think there's anything too exciting, but I think there's a few good pieces, and I think it really works well and functions very well. So I'm going to give a 7 on quality.
Given the fact that also the box is a magnetic seal.
Oh, see, look how pretty.
It's the only thing is the insert, the dividers inside the box are not that great. They're just actually one of them. It's like a fold and it's not folded fully. But other than that, everything's pretty good. And they do give you 3 sets of horses, so you can mix and match your. You can get different sets and have not the same horses every time. So
I still think I'm with a 7 though. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think 7's fair. There's nothing outstanding, but it is. The case is easily portable. It's got a nice seal on it. And it does store everything, and they're okay.
All right, so now let's move on to theme. The theme is so much fun. Yeah. It's racing horses, and it's something one can appreciate. Mm-hmm. And I love the art because it's like these goofy horses and jockeys, but yet I don't know. I just love the feel of this game, and I think it's beautiful in its own weird, wacky way, and I kind of like it quite a bit.
And I like the way that they named the horses kind of strange names like you would see in the derbies and the races, but then they also tie to whatever the power is of that horse too. So I thought that was pretty clever. So
yeah, no, I think there's a lot of cool things going on with the theme. I mean, hello, you're really doing a race, and depending on your roles, certain things. As far as thematically, I love it. I think this is excellent. I think they get a great job integrating these. What are you at?
Thematically, I mean, it definitely feels like you're in a race. I think it'll feel even more so if you're playing with 8 players.
Oh, absolutely.
I probably go ahead and give this one an 8. The only thing that didn't feel thematic is that you can cheat in the race by moving other horses backward.
Hey.
I've never seen a horse race where the horses actually back up. I feel like sometimes the horses I bet on back up, but I've never actually seen it physically happen.
I'm actually going to give this a little bit higher. I'm at a 9. I think the art is so funny and fun, and I really enjoyed the theme of this game, and I think they did an excellent job integrating game with theme, and so for that I'm definitely going to give it a 9 for theme.
And I do love the horses. I think they did an outstanding job designing those, where they all line up perfectly on the map, where you can have the numbers are easily visible from all sides. And
no, they did a fantastic job all around. All right, so now let's talk about the rule book. What did you think overall about the rule book?
The rule book is 15 pages long. It's a small box, so it's a small rule book. It's got a nice cover. It has nice division of the components and the track. Now the good news, I already knew how to play this before I had to read the rule book, because I was at my sister's and she taught me how to play the other day. So yeah, I didn't have to spend a lot of time reading it. I just kind of perused it for this review. But yeah, it's got everything clearly delineated in the book. There's a summary on the actions, but this is such a simple game. There's not a whole lot you're going to need from it. It's got the round sequence, and then when all players take their actions.
So what would you give it a score-wise?
Score-wise, I mean, it's fine. There's a solo section in the back. There's 2 pages of solo. Well, actually 3 if you count the back with the credits. I'll probably go ahead and give this an 8. I think it's a fine rule book. It does its job well, and once you learn it, you won't need it anymore. The actions are kind of on your cheat sheet on your player board. So
yeah, no, I think they did an excellent job with yes. All right, so let's talk about it. So at the beginning of the game, you are randomly drawn a card, and you are going to then match that card to your player board. So you're going to, whenever it gives you an X, you're going to give it an X, and then it has 2 bets here that you're going to then copy over on your bet. And that kind of gives everyone a little bit of a different start, so they're targeting something a little bit different to create that tension in the game, which is kind of nice. All right, so then the game goes. If I was first player, I would end up rolling the dice. Now, I have a 4 and a 3, so what that means, as Randy resets the game board.
So yeah, normally
because we're going to start a race.
There's actually the odds on the horses are different depending on which horse you are, because they tie your horses together so that when one horse moves up, and
it affects your overall outcome of something. Okay, so basically, I have a 4 and a 3. So I'm going to take my 4. I'm going to move it up 3 slots. 1, 2, 3. But then I'm going to look at the horse number 4 card, and as you can see here, there's an X at the 2 and the 3. So that means that when 4 goes, 2 and 3 move up 1 space, okay? So that's what that looks like, okay? Now, then I have to actually use the dice. Now, I have this 4 that I can do with. Now, some of those actions can include a concession stand, which means I get to mark off one of these coins, the number 4 coin, over here. Now, when I get straight lines or straight rows, and I have those completed, then I get these special bonuses down below, which range from money, free bets, a free horse, etc. All right, so then one of the second actions is that I can buy a helmet. Now, what the helmet does is there's a line on the board that after a horse reaches the line, you can no longer bet unless you have the helmet. So AKA insider trading, maybe a little bit. So then the next item you could do is you can buy a jacket. Now, this jacket will allow you to mark that number on another pony's card. So every time when that's rolled, it will also move up. So I like that aspect as well.
And if you manage to get both of them, then you get $5 bonus at the end of the game.
Correct. And you say you told me, and I believe you, but I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, all right, so then the next one is you can then do a bet up to $3. So if I have $3, so in this particular instance, like this card, this has $18. This is how you keep track of your money. Then I could choose to spend 3, so I would change this, put a 5 down, and then I would put a 3 on that number. So in this case, 4. So I would increase the bet by $3. Now, that's great. Now, the other option, of course, is to buy the horse. So if the horse hasn't been bought, in this case it was, but if it wasn't, I can spend the money up here in this top corner to buy that horse. Now, once I buy the horse, I also have this a special ability here, which is super cool. Your bet is free when placed on horses you have no bets on. Okay, so that's this particular horse's ability. So that's actually a pretty cool thing.
I get to place free bets on all my horses. So by the end, I had money on every horse, no matter what.
Yeah, and then you only lost money on 7.
Because they all cross. Once they cross this line, they at least will return your bet.
Right. So that's pretty cool. And then, so I could buy the horse. I take it. It is now mine forever.
Except for that was my horse, so you can't buy it.
But then, so if number 4 won, they're all running, and 4 actually wins, then it will go to the first spot here. And you can then, because I own the horse, I get a bonus of $35 if I'm first, 25 if I'm second, third place I get 15. So owning a horse does have a little bit of value to make sure your horse wins.
And if you owned all 3 of them, you could win all 3 pots, $75.
Yes, it's a lot of money. Like Randy tried to do, but
I got 2 of the 3.
I know, we're gonna have discussions. Anyway, just teasing. All right, so, but overall, that's pretty much the game. And so you keep going. You pass the dice to the next player. They end up rolling.
What you didn't point out is everybody uses the horse, not just you. So
everyone uses the 4.
But it's in turn order, technically. In most cases, it doesn't matter. You could apply them all at the same time. But if there's ever a contention, like if I'm going to buy the horse, because you have to buy that specific number. If I'm the one buying that horse, the person after me could not also buy that horse. So there are points where it matters.
Now, I forgot wilds. So you get 3 wilds in the game. So basically, if I had that 4 and I couldn't do anything with it, which can happen, I'm just going to mark it off and take another number. Now, the thing is now when I have all that filled up and I have dice I can't use, then I can use that dice because I can't use it anywhere else to wipe off that and get another wild. So just being aware of that. So that helps. But basically 2 dice for the price of 1, that can get pretty costly. So just be aware of that. Overall, I think that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think you cover everything. There's the bonuses that you get from placing your coins can lead you to cheat in the game because you can move your horses forward 3 spaces or other horses back 3 spaces. So you can actually manipulate the race to your favor. So this is not an honest race by any means. This race would not be condoned at Churchill Downs.
So, I mean, but still it's fun. I mean, it's a game.
It's a game, so it's not really a true race, but it's fun. And the fact that you think your horse is winning and then somebody moves it back on you,
yeah, Randy. He did this to me. It's fine. No, but and then Dad moved your 8 to make sure he didn't win.
Yep.
So no, I think it all kind of ends up working out. I think it's a fun game. I think it's definitely a blast. It's a pretty short game, but I still had a lot of fun doing it. I kind of wanted to play again. There's actually been a lot of games on my play again list lately, but this one is up there. I think this was a lot of fun.
And it's short enough you can play it multiple times.
Well, and the thing is I just think that my family would love this game. I can see this taking it to my next one, because like this last time I took Whirling Witchcraft, huge hit, and I see us doing this one and this being just as good of a hit.
Yeah.
So anyway, super excited about that. So this one will probably be definitely one I'll be packing into the next family game day. So.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of the stranger ones where it's a lighter roll and write type game, but I still enjoy it.
They did well. They did really well. I mean, if we're talking about a score, what are your thoughts about a score?
I'm probably somewhere between a 7.5 and an 8. I don't think it's quite an 8. I'll probably give it your 7.75 that you typically do.
You know me so well. That's kind of where I am at. Is this an 8 level? I don't know, but I had a lot of fun, and I think this is great. I think they did a good job for a light, fun game, and it fits up to 8 people. Like, this is a really good...
Yeah, it's a good big group game, and I love the fact that they give you the variety of 3 different horse sets in the base game. You know, you don't have... But there is also a little promo sheet in there. Apparently, they're going to release more sets of horses that you can add on. So...
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. I love it. No, I think this is great. I'm kind of with you at the 7.75, but in the same breath, for this kind of game, it is definitely one of the lighter roll and writes. This is pretty high on my list for the lighter roll and writes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not up there with Hadrian's Wall. It's not.
But that's a heavy roll. It's
definitely not up there even with Roger the Ganges. But as far as if I'm going to get this versus Welcome To, I mean, probably more because I'm just burnt out on Welcome To. I would probably choose this over that.
No, I think this is a solid entry, fun. Yeah, no, this one's great.
And given the fact that we live in a horse racing area,
it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
The theme fits me. No, it's fun. It's fun. I really enjoy it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We had an absolute blast today. Hopefully, you did too, and you'll come hang out with us again.
And check us out. We'll be at Origins. We're going to be up there.
Anyway, so one of the things is wanting to go live at Origins at Gen Con, because we're going to be there. We're super excited to share our experiences, but YouTube won't allow us until we get 1,000 subscribers. So guys, challenge for you, hit up 1,000, or if we can't manage that, live on Facebook. So if you do want to hang out with us a little more live at Gen Con at Origins, see if you can catch us. We will be going live on the Facebook group. So anyway, I'm all for the challenge of hitting 1,000 subscribers. Let's do that.
I don't think it's going to happen in time for Origins, considering that would be doubling right now where we are at. But,
yeah,
you know.
But still, regardless, do hit us up on Facebook. We have Legends of Nirvana group. Hit us up, like us, follow us, do all that mess so you can get that live feed, because that's kind of really the only way we know how to stream that live feed, because we're not that tech savvy, I guess. I mean, someone mentioned Twitch, but I created an account, but that's as far as it went.
Yeah,
so
well, when you tell Twitch to me at my age, I start thinking I'm going into seizures. So let's not talk about twitching.
So, but anyway, so that's kind of the things that we're looking at. Anyway, just a heads up, but we will be at Origins. We will be at Gen Con. I'm super excited about it all. Our schedules are... Oh, I am running some events at Gen Con. So,
yeah, Gen Con, yes. But that's...
Yeah, I am running some events at Gen Con. Definitely look up those events. Yeah. They're all board game related. I'll be... playing some board games, some of my favorites.
We'll be spending a lot of time playing games down at the JW, so if y'all want to meet up with us, say hey, join us for some games. We'd love to meet you guys. We'll be there pretty much every night. I kept my nights pretty free so I could game and hang out.
Yeah.
I'll be turning the big 5-0 at Gen Con.
I know. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Saturday and Sunday, maybe Friday even.
So, something we need to talk about. Hey, you guys are kind of in this.
You need to talk about choking.
You can get that out.
Choking is bad. Don't do it.